billing it. However long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones, I'm calling them Jamie T. Up chasing coins like Sonic, could trust me, they don't sleep. Play my songs out of whip, she said keep that shit on repeat. Billing it, however long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones, I'm calling them Jamie T. Up chasing coins like Sonic, could trust me, they don't sleep. Play my songs out of whip, she said keep that shit on repeat. Billing it, however long it takes, man, I'll still be here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, new year, new money, but it's the same old me. Need the yard that don't come cheap before I get 8 gold teeth. They wanna play with sticks and stones.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oops. Okay, so we can start. Well, actually, during the presentation, feel free to ask me any question or need any feedback for your idea or your startup. Just let me know and we can discuss. Yeah. So basically, the first thing of doing like building any startup is to find a good idea, right? And one good way is to find the idea from your personal pain point. For example, like when I started Phaizen long time ago, I used to be a digital nomad and living in many countries. And of course, the biggest pain point is bringing cash like everywhere, every time I travel, I need to go to a shop, a local shop, and exchange from Vietnam dong to USD actually. And then when I arrive to the country, I have to make another exchange from USD to that local currency. So it's very cumbersome. And also using the crypto, the credit card is very expensive. Maybe you don't pay attention, but the exchange rate and other fee like may eat up to 8%, from 5 to 8% of your payments when you are abroad. So I just came up with idea like why can't we use crypto for the payments when we are abroad, right? It would be very easy, very simple, and very cheap. So that's why I came up with the idea of payments for with a stable coin and for Phaizen. And I also think that it is a very useful use cases for crypto. Like everyone was like creating like run to earn things, but I don't really feel like it is very very helpful for the users and very helpful for the crypto space in general. So that's why I really want to do something really meaningful that people can use, like even the Web2 users can use. So for Phaizen, we try to make it as simple as possible. So like even our grandmothers can use, and they don't even need to know about crypto like running behind. Yeah, so it will be very very helpful for people. Yeah, so the first how to say the first method to find good idea is from your own personal pain points, and the second one can be using some framework of problem and solution. So normally you go and ask people what's their problem, and then you try to find out hey, is it problem really worth solving or not? Yes, and you go with that, and also you can apply the first principle thinking. Maybe you heard about it with Elon Musk before. So he started Tesla and SpaceX without any knowing about like space missile or anything similar. So that's why he kept asking question, and they deep dive into question to find out the root of the problem, and then came up with a solution. And also another framework that could be useful is Ikigai. I'm not sure if you guys heard about Ikigai before. Yeah. So the Ikigai lists out some questions like, what do you love to do? Like you love programming, or you love like do marketing or business development. So you just find what you love and also find what you are good at. Yeah, for example, I was a developer before, and I code the smart contract. So that's why I really I was very interested in blockchain and smart contract and stable coin and things. So that's why I think it's very natural for me to build Phaizen. And also you will want to build something that the world needs, not just like the thing you think is useful but nobody uses. So I think this is very important, and many startup founders seem to fall into this trap that you come up with an idea and then you think people will love it, but the truth is not. Yeah, so this is very important that you ask people about the idea, and don't worry too much that people will steal your idea, because from the idea to a working product is a long way. Yeah, so And also the one of the ikigai point is doing what people pay for. Yeah, so if people don't pay for your work, then it is meaningless, right? Yeah, and I think it's very important. Okay, and the second part is when you have the idea, because you have to validate the idea to see if it works or not, right? So the very first days of Kaizen, I joined a lot of events, crypto events. I flew to Dubai to attend many events, including the Token 2049, and I met and talked with a lot of people, and I shared the idea and to see what they think about it, and like to really see if we could build something meaningful for people. Yeah, so this is very important, and I see that many founders seem to worry too much about losing the ideas, and like they worry someone will steal the idea. Yeah, and I think it is a very big mistake. Like because yeah, your question.
So they will steal your idea, but not when you only have the idea. Once you build a successful product that actually works and others see it, they will try to steal it. So once you build it, it's a lot better to make sure you remain on the above the others. So that is, I think, the biggest challenge that founders will face.
Yes, and I also think that when you build something, you need to pivot a lot. Like you change and you make it better, they change again. So I don't think that you will go with the original idea most of the time. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So just feel free to talk with people, and also I have a trick that I started fundraising from very early days. So they are actually giving me the feedback. Yeah, so I did a lot of pitching, and I received a lot of feedback from the VC. And of course, the VC will know much better than us about the market, about the products, about how to grow. So they also gave us a lot of feedback, yeah, for how to build the next good product. Yeah, and of course, we need a way to validate the idea in a fast and cheap way. So that's why we have MVP, minimum viable products. So try to find or to hire some developers, and maybe online even, like from Upwork or Fiverr. So you can just tell him to build a very simple MVP and just launch it to see how it goes, to see how the market accept the product or not. Yeah, so try not to like invest too much money and time and effort in like one single idea. Yeah, I also made this mistake many times before. Like I think this idea is very good, and then I kind of like spend too much time and money into it, and then I found out that nobody want to use it. So yeah, it's very important. And of course, when you when you build it, you need a way to monitor, like for example, using Google Analytics to see the traction, and checking like if users using it the right way, or like they just download and then they drop the app. Yeah. Yeah, so far I think that's all of my experience about how to find a good idea. And yeah, maybe if you have any questions, just let me know and I can share from my experience. Yeah, about this first part.
How is Kaizen different from the first day that you built it and today?
Okay, so for Fiverr, the first day it was just a wallet, a non-custodial wallet, and we tried to make something useful with stablecoin. So that's why we integrate gift cards. Yeah, because the gift card is the most easy way to make payments. So we, for example, we integrate with Starbucks gift cards, and already people can go to Starbucks, use USDT to buy a gift card, and then show to the cashier the barcode, and then they just scan the barcode, and that you have a coffee. Yeah, and that feeling is still like I still remember very clearly that this was amazing, using stablecoin to buy a Starbucks coffee. Yeah, and now we add a lot of other features to Phison. And also one thing I want to share with you guys is for a startup to survive, you also need to build the moat that defends you from competitors. So that's why we in Phison we spend a lot of time and effort to add a lot of utilities to the app, so that when someone wants to copy Phison, they also need to spend a lot of time as well. So I think this is also very important. Like before building anything, that you want to build something kind of difficult, like not too easy that people can copy or clone very easily. You know.
And what was your like? So you tell people about what you are right, but what is the thing that you are wrong? I mean, you spend a lot of money on something, and you use it for 4 years, right? What is something you spend a lot of money on, but after 4 years you realize that it's just wrong?
So one of the wrong things that we did is to spend too much time for fundraising. Yeah, because like in the first 2 years, we went after VC, but we really didn't understand what the VC wants. So that's why we just like try to connect with them, pitch with them, and then hear nothing back from them. And after that, I came up with many lessons to improve the fundraising. Yeah.
So from my personal perspective, at least, when you do go pitching to VCs, you know they do due diligence on us, right? But what we need to do before we go to pitch to them is we need to go do a due diligence on them. We check which type of projects they invest, what are they interested in. We reach out to some of the projects they're already invested in and ask them, what are the requirements the VC had for them before we go pitch them. Because VCs are very cheap on time. Like, they're not going to spend a lot of time with you. So if your primary pitch is perfect, then they will work with you. However, you don't get too many second chances.
Yeah, I think it's important. But like in the first day, this is very difficult for us because we are local in Vietnam. And in Vietnam, there are not so many VC at all. So if we see any VC, we just go and pitch with them. Like, we don't even care like what kind of project they invest in. Yeah, so that's a big mistake because we don't really provide what they want. Yeah, even VC have like different tastes. Like some VC only invest in like tokens and like high risk, high return, and some VC want to invest in equity. So it's very like case by case, and we should like select the right VC to go after. And of course, the fundraising is a very long and tiring process. So that's why you need a lot of focus. Yeah, and we cannot go like with 20 VC at a time. Yeah. Actually, for people that can hear clearly.
Yeah, people here are saying we don't need the mic at all.
So just what's your North Star metric for Phison, and what do you like? It's very hard for a payments company to even monetize and grow very fast because everything depends on distribution, right? For you to monetize a payments company, you have to have a large amount of distribution. So the ideal North Star metric for you, where are you going towards, like as a vision, and what do you plan to achieve in, let's say, a year from here, and what are the metrics that you're going after?
Yeah, of course, the payment is very low margin business. But that's why we kind of like try to build the neobank, which let people to do more things like to save crypto and to lend as well, and also to invest. So that's why in Kaizen right now you can also invest to buy the tokenized US stock, T-bill, and ETF and gold. So we just provide a more useful utility for people to make money an easy way, not like buying Bitcoin and it's go up and down. Yeah.
I have one more question. So, as much as I know, here in Vietnam at least, crypto is completely legal. Everything is fine using crypto, right, for users. So, one thing I haven't noticed anywhere in Vietnam, and this is a big market, right? I haven't noticed any of you guys having neobanks to deploy maybe crypto ATMs or something of that sort. And I'm wondering why. I mean, that's a great way to easily onboard users, especially in this market where like crypto adoption is insane. And you can easily onboard even Web2 users to buy Bitcoin or something else simply by using ATMs. So why I don't see anywhere in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh or anywhere?
Yeah, actually in Ho Chi Minh City we have an ATM for Bitcoin, but from long time ago. I think it already be there for like 6 years. But I don't think many people will use it because it's very difficult to use and the price is very high. And also, you know, Vietnam is very, very like easy for buying crypto. Like you can use P2P and bank transfer. For example, in Thailand, you can use bank transfer to buy USD very easily. The process takes only like 5 minutes.
Yes, but however, there is one thing about it that only works for people that are familiar with blockchain. So for those that just know about Bitcoin and just want to get Bitcoin, those people are not going to use neobanks. Those people are not going to use even Binance. They're going to want to see somewhere, oh, this is easy. I just come to an ATM, I put the money in, I have one wallet, Trust Wallet or whatever, which is 2 minutes to set up, or even Phison wallet, and just put the money, BND, inside the ATM, done.
Yeah.
2 minutes later.
Yeah, I think because Vietnam is quite advanced in finance, like I think it's even better than in some developed countries. So I think everyone in the cities have the bank account. Yes, and the ATM is not very useful so far. Like they can bank transfer easily, they can make payment with the banking app everywhere. So they only go to the no card, you see. So I think the ATM is like quite outdated in Vietnam, like even for fiat users. So that's why the Bitcoin ATM is not very popular. Yeah. And also for Web2 users, I think that more users will use crypto when, like, for example, for remittance. So like when people go to work abroad and then they send back home some USD, then the family members already have USD and they can actually use Baizen for making payments and also for off-ramping to Vietnam though. Yeah, it is quite funny in that way.
True that.
Yeah. So if you don't have any other questions for this session, I will move to the next session for fundraising. I think this is quite important for any startup to do the fundraising. So I think the first thing we need to ask ourselves is not what we are building, but why we build this. Yeah, it's for what? Like for you want to make quick money, so you just launch a meme coin. You don't need to build anything. Or you want like a long, sustainable, profitable business. You spend more time and money to build the real product. So for us, we started with Baizen with a very clear why. Like we really want to build something like people can use in real life and meaningful and can generate profit from the business itself, not just from tokens. That's why we keep building, adding more features, and we haven't launched our token yet. And so if you can really understand yourself first, and you can explain it to the investor. The investor also want to know like why you do this and what is the goal, right? Sometimes you don't want to hide it from the investor at all. Like everyone wants to go to the investor and want to say, hey, I want to do something long term, but meanwhile you want to like make quick money. So it's very different. It should be like very transparent between you and the investor, so the investor can expect what to expect from your business.
Know yourself and know your enemy, and
Yeah.
you not need fear the outcome of 100 barrels.
Yeah. Know yourself and know your enemy. Yeah, so of course, I think for the early stage startup and the seed fund or even like pre-seed, you actually the investor really look at the founder itself a lot. I think 60 to 70%, because as an investor they see a lot of idea, a lot of pitching, like almost every day, and like all the ideas seem to be like very similar. So what they really look at the founder is to make sure that this founder can really build and deliver this idea. Yeah, so that's why we really need to convince them that you are the right person to build this. You have the right team to deliver it to the market, and it is what the market is really needed. So that's the first step. And the next step is, of course, you need a good team, because no startup can go like with one or two founders. So you really need a good team, at least some like one or two developers and one do marketing or whatever. So I think a good team of like two founders and maybe 3 or 4 members could be good enough, like you start with, and at least show them some traction. Like you already launched and you have maybe like 100 users, it's already good enough to show the proof of concept. And also right now it's much easier to do a startup than my time before, because we have the ChatGPT and all the AI tools that you can ask like how to build a good startup, and it will tell you like you need some metric like CAC, LTV and whatever. So it is much easier, right? Much easier than before. Like everyone can talk so good about doing startup and things than before. Yes. And of course, to build a good pitch deck is very important. So make sure that you build it very lean, very simple to understand. Don't try to put a lot of information, a lot of data. Yeah.
In some cases, you may not even need a deck.
Yeah.
So if you look at today's like session, your session just now, you're not using a deck, and I'm not going to be using deck on my session either. Why? Because when you have a deck, it presents that you want to present the information to them, but it also shows that you are uncertain about what they're talking about. And if any information between you and the deck is mismatched, then you have a big problem, no matter who you're presenting to. So it's always better, and it's always higher likelihood you get investment if you just go to them and bring them not a deck, you bring them passion to build something.
Yeah, exactly. That you bring the passion, so that people can feel that passion, and they buy in with the idea and the team. And I think they will highly invest in you and your project. Yeah. And last week I was in Super Team Singapore, and they had a very interesting pitching sections. And I highly recommend you guys to maybe to ask for the pitch deck from the team. They did it really well. I think they are all maybe trained or supported from the Super Team Singapore to make that those pitch deck. It's very simple and very easy to understand. Yeah. Of course, in the pitch deck you want to show it's very basic structure: the problem, solution, the market size, product demo, some traction, the business model, competition, team. Yeah, and it's very important, and I think it's quite easy to do. So after you have a deck, you go to find investor, right? And try to avoid my mistake, like to go with any investor that I can see, So try to find like, a very strategic investor. So at that time, when I built Kaizen, the VC was not very interested in the idea, because it cannot make quick money for them. Like you cannot launch a token of a payment project, because like 3 years ago, nobody thought about payment. All they thought about is like GameFi or like run to earn or whatever, like making quick money or even Bitcoin. So payment could not make quick money for the VC. So that's why I changed the strategies, not going with the traditional VC or even Web3 VC, but I go to the stablecoin companies, because we actually provide the application and the solution for stablecoin, right, to be used in real life. So that's why I went to Singapore to join the stablecoin summit and all the other stablecoin events. I met with all the stablecoin, the biggest one like US Tether, Soko, the one from Binance as well. So talk with them, and then it's lucky that I met with Paolo, the CEO of Tether, and I showed him the app, and he really liked it, and then he like told the team to like learn more about our project, and after that we got investment. Yeah, so be very strategic about like finding the one who fund you. Yeah, so it's about the VC, and another way you can do is to fundraise from angel investors, because it will be much easier than VC, because VC normally require a long review process. Like for Tether, it took us like 6 months and going through all the like big departments. Like we have to persuade the expansion team, the business team, the investment team, the legal team, and also like one for like I think it's for like branding or something.
PR.
Yeah.
Public relations.
Yeah, public relations. So a lot of process. But if you go with the angel investor, if they are your friends and know you well enough, then you can persuade them much easier than VC. So at least start with some angel investor and then the VC. Yeah. So that's why we started. That's how we started. Yeah. So far, any question until here? All good. Yeah.
I got a question. So everybody say that you should have a good story. So what is a good story? What is the element of a good story? How? Okay, let me rephrase. So whenever you are a builder, you build something, right? For me, it's very obvious because I built it for 6 months. I know kind of like it inside out. So how can I tell a story that normal people can understand in 30 seconds? It's quite challenging because I cannot to be honest, sometimes I cannot know how to tell a story that other people know because I have no idea what to say. It's too obvious. So how you overcome that and how you tell a good story?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question, and I practice it a lot. Like at first, I try to tell people in a very like technical way, and they didn't understand at all. But people want to hear the idea that can change the world. But we are a startup. We need to start very small, so it is really difficult. So you need to balance between like a big enough like visions, like versus the like small enough so that we can start, and then it must be interesting that people want to join.
So from my end, I'll pitch in on this question as well. So from my end, you mentioned the decks before and how decks should be structured, and it should, from my perspective, problem solution, and that is not the way to go to investors. The way to go to investors in most cases is this: don't put your company logo anywhere. Just go and ask them questions. Let's say, do you know how many users are using this or that annually? How many transactions are there? To make them figure out the answer to questions without you telling them. Just give them side data, which is legit, and will force them to think about, hey, this is a real problem. What could be the solution? And then they will ask you, what do you think is the solution? And then you go ahead and say, we solved this. So you don't have to go technical at all. Just tell them, these are all the problems you guys are facing on a daily basis. And our app right here is your solution. And then you show them the examples of that. I think that is the best way you can actually interest them from the get-go. Because otherwise, you are gonna get stuck. Because if they don't understand technical, or if they are not interested in specific problem you suggested, if they don't realize it by themselves, then your pitch is entirely pointless from the very start.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, and I tried it before. But just one trick is to put one sentence like in the first slide that people can understand like right away. Like, because normally the VCs are very busy, right? And they have to read a lot of pitch deck every day. So that's why we need a really clean and simple sentence at first to make them understand what are they going to read. Yeah, so try to find a good sentence that briefly tell what your project is doing. Yeah. And I think you need a lot of like try and fail, try and fail. So I don't have a clear answer for this. Just try and fail many times and see how people perceive that information.
So I think this convention has focused more on the side of VC than funding, right? But the barrier to making an MVP or the getting your product out there has reduced day and day because of AI and a lot of other things. And it's not technically necessary for you to actually have a VC for it to build a product which solves the problem. So what do you think about the internet capital markets trend right now? And do you think that startups can actually raise more capital from the public where they have actual product which people are using and not rely on VCs or not do all of the shebang of pitching them their vision and asking them what they want, right? Because technically VCs are supposed to help the startup. It's not supposed to be like the company that's supposed to build what the VCs want. It's supposed to build what the users want. So what do you think about not going the VC route?
Yeah, I think if we can go with ICN, Internet Capital Market, it would be awesome. Because the VC is very difficult and very cumbersome, and I personally don't want to go after VC at all, and want to raise from the public, from ICN a lot. But also on the other side, if you have a VC back you hopefully a good one, like for example Tether, they support us a lot. Like for example in the token 2049 just last week, we had a roundtable meeting with all the companies that Tether invest, and we can easily know like which company is doing what, and we talk and we share ideas, and some of them already offer some services for us, and with no fee, because like we are friends in one circle. So I think it's important if you raise funds from the VC that can not only give you money but also give you some support for marketing or for branding or for like helping you to connect with other companies or VC. So it's one advantage of going with the VC. Yeah, and of course with Tether, I think the return on investment is not the highest priority, and they want us to grow, and that's why they invest in equity. And of course, when you invest in equity, you want the company to grow until IPO and they can exit. Yeah. So I think that's important. Like when people thinking about VC, it's not like really about the fund, but can be a company. Like Tether is a company, and you can maybe find a company that needs your product, or like they want your product to be successful, and after maybe they can acquire your project in the future. Yeah. Cool. So after we find the VC, of course, how to approach the VC is important as well. So last event, I went to Token 2049, and normally the speaker just speak, and then they go down, and we can meet them very easily. I'm not sure how it looks right now. Like normally they have like the backstage, and they go directly to the backstage, and no one can approach them. So at my time, it was a bit easy for me to just like attend an event and then see the speaker like face to face and show them the app. It's very easy. Yeah, so I think it's a good way to like go with like side event now, and you can see the investor like face to face, much easier to persuade them. And of course, you can join many like competition. Like Solana also have a lot of competition, hackathons, so it's very useful for I think for closing. Yeah. And it's a good way to meet the VC and other projects. Cool. So yeah, of course I try to make an elevator pitch, like a pitch within like 1 minute only.
Yeah, so when you have it in your mind and you go and if a DC like on the street, you can talk to them like in less than a minute, to make sure they understand. Okay, I think it's open about fundraising and I said question we can discuss. Cool. I think we have session. Guys, so I do stream this for the people to see, but they cannot drink because they're not here. We have beer outside. So we have beer outside, we have some snack outside, so go outside and you can do some everything, okay? And there's something from Thailand and other people in Vietnam. So I don't want to be the radical to turn off all the light in here. Of course you're outside, so please go outside. You have to be outside. Okay. I have some beer.